after the numerical, it is time to know the third law of motion. We are already knowing the first two laws of motion. What is the first law of motion? The first law of motion is an object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. That means if you have to change the state, you have to apply force. And what is the second law of motion? The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. That means the first two laws of motion tells us how an applied force changes the motion and provide us with a method of determining the force. Now comes the third law of motion. What is the third law of motion? It states that when one object exerts a force on another object, the second object instantaneously exerts a force back on the first. These two forces are always equal in magnitude. But opposite in direction. One more statement of the third law of motion is, to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Let us understand this law with the help of few examples. Look at the figure given in the page, figure number 9.10. Two spring balances are connected together, that are B and A. Fixed end of balance B is attached with a rigid support like a ball. When a force is applied through the free end of spring balance A, as you can see, it is observed that both the spring balances show the same readings on their scales. It means, what does this mean? It means that the force exerted by the spring balance A on spring balance B is equal but opposite in direction to the force exerted by the balance B on balance A. The force which balance A exerts on balance B is called the action. The force which balance A exerts on balance B is called the action, and the force of balance B on balance A is called the reaction. The force of balance A on B is action, and the force of balance B on A is reaction. So these two are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Now another example. Suppose you are standing at rest and intend to start walking on a road. You are standing at rest and intend to start walking on a road. You require a force to accelerate. What is that force? Is it the muscular effort you exert on the road? Is it in the direction we intend to move? No. You push the road below backward. And road exerts an equal and opposite reaction force on your feet to make you move forward. So now the question arises, the amount of acceleration is different in all the cases. Why? Though the action and reaction forces are always equal in magnitude, these forces may not produce accelerations of equal magnitude. Why? This is because each force acts on a different object. Action force on different object and reaction force on different object. This is because each force acts on a different object that may have a different mass. Due to difference of mass, the magnitude of acceleration is different. You can understand this with the help of this example. Now, when a gun is fired, it exerts a forward force on the bullet. And bullet exerts an equal and opposite reaction force on the gun. This results in the recoil of the gun. Since the gun has a much greater mass than the bullet, the acceleration of a gun is much less than the acceleration of the bullet. Now you can understand why, due to difference in mass, the magnitude of acceleration is different. Another example, look at the figure. A sailor is coming out of the boat. When a sailor jumps out of a rowing boat, as the sailor jumps forward, the force on the boat moves it backward. So this is all about third law of motion.